hater in the house. That's what we got. And Wook is on the play this game, too. It's going to be an uphill climb here for Horn. We'll see if he can get the job done. He's got a Mem Knight to start. You saw Inkmoth Nexus as the land. Here's a Welding Jar. But his hand actually looks very land-heavy, not very explosive at all.
No.
Yeah. A Springleaf Drum and a passing of the turn.
I would say not.
I think maybe Shatterstorm was the draw there, perhaps?
Yeah, I think that's one of those, like, 5th edition Shatterstorms where no one knows any of the 5th edition art because it's pretty rough. But I think that's a Shatterstorm.
Oh, this brain's got it. I've seen that one before. All it takes, I got to see it one time. It's up there forever then.
I do love finding the ugliest versions of the dirtiest cards.
Yep.
If you're going to cheat a matchup, find that white-bordered Choke, find that white-bordered Sanctimony. Any 5th edition card will play.
Make sure it has the reminder and rules text on it.
Right.
Everything.
This means all artifacts.
Yeah. You cannot regenerate. A Signal Pest and a passing of the turn here for Horn.
Andrew's just really firing on all cylinders right now.
A Wooded Foothills, the reveal for Dark Confidant. Here comes old Bobby into the red zone. Let's see what our follow-up will be. A copy of Tarmogoyf. Just an 0-1 right now. It can become a 1-2 thanks to the Wooded Foothills.
1-2 is good enough.
Yeah, to beat Mem Knight in a fight it is.
Look at Andrew's creatures.
Yep. Andrew has not drawn one of the payoff cards.
Right. He has to work hard to make a 1-2.
That's
There's
right.
not even a guarantee he can do that.
That's right. Gonna fire a Bolt Inky. Red zone we go. Mem Knight is gonna hang out.
And I like using a Lightning Bolt here. You're trading with either the Nexus or the Welding Jar. Both cards, Shatterstorm is not great against, so trading a Bolt here is a good use of mana and sets up the Shatterstorm to be even better next turn.
Just cast your cards.
Yeah.
You can't take them with you,
It's true.
so just cast them. That's the one thing I found when playing Jund a little bit in Modern many years ago, testing for Pro Tour Return to Ravnica, was you just got to dump your hand. Just get your cards out of your hand.
Yep.
Welding Jar going to save the Inkmoth Nexus. It'll be removed from combat, though, so no infect will be dealt. Tarmogoyf is going to get bigger. See an artifact, an instant, and a land in the graveyard. So 3-4.
Yep. Andrew just confirming that he's dealing no points of damage.
I think Andrew has a Vault Scourge in hand that I think he'll be deploying here in just a moment. I think that's going to get cleaned up by old Shatterstorm here in a second. Yeah, it's tough because the games where if anything looks bad, it looks truly horrible. That's Fulminator Mage.
And I believe there's a Kolaghan's Command in hand.
The question is, does Namsung have land number 4? The answer is yes.
And this is really bad news. If your opponent's in a spot where they're thinking about Shatterstorm on this board, bury all artifacts. If they're thinking about Shatterstorm on this board, that means that they have a play in their hand nearly as good as Shatterstorm, which is really bad news.
Yeah, which is truly horrifying. All artifacts have been buried. Bury, I believe, means
Can't be regenerated.
No regeneration.
Right.
That's what I thought. I just want to make sure. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. That's good director work by our directors here, cutting to the face of the player who's just been Shatterstormed.
Yeah.
That's a really nice thing to do.
After bringing up that artwork of Shatterstorm.
Yeah. Now let's take a look at the gentleman who has no more things in play besides this Inkmoth Nexus.
Dial it up. It's got 1 poison.
Oh, the big Arcbound Ravager. That's in. I like firing up the Nexus here. I mean, you can shove on the Nexus and just hope, but you also saw a Fulminator Mage get revealed, so.
This is really rough. Those artifacts are buried.
This is part of the appeal of playing Jund. You've got a ton of removal. It's super cheap and efficient, very powerful, and you can close the game out pretty quickly. One infect gonna come across. And even the hope of maybe Dark Confidant will kill him, that's kind of out the window too because the Kolaghan's Command.
Yeah.
So it's gonna take one heck of a string of draws here for Andrew Horn to be able to win this game.
And a lot of his draws are Ornithopters and cards similar to Ornithopter.
Yeah. Terminates the reveal. Looks like we're going to have a Terminate take care of this Ravager, perhaps. And we will. Nothing to modular onto because Horn is tapped out at this point, so he can't activate the Nexus. It's unclear if he would even want to if he could. Here's an attack for 7. Tarmogoyf away for 5/6 right now. Blood Crypt going to enter the battlefield untapped. There's got to be a Fulminator Mage. Getting him is unnecessary. You're an animal. Leave his lands alone. You've done everything else this game, and that is going to do it. No getting him necessary. Namsung Wook is going to win this match here over Andrew Horn. 2-1. Jund looks to demolish Affinity. A very, very good draw for Namsung. Not a great draw there for Andrew. It's a tough matchup for Andrew either way.
It's going to be tough, and without Arcbound Ravager arriving on time and Jund drawing a Shatterstorm, forget about it.
Yeah.
Not a lot to be done.
Jund, a very popular deck amongst our pros this particular weekend. You see Namsung Wook is 7-0 here with Jund. You saw Owen Turtenwald. He's 6-1 now with Jund, and Andrew Boswell 7-0 with Jund. So.
Yeah, I think that of the pro player community, you're going to see a lot of Jund. You're going to see a lot of Grixis, either control or twin. And then in a distant third, you're going to see Amulet. I would expect those to be the 3 most popular decks among that part of the crowd.
Yeah.